Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes through for the collective is what you need to hear at this time. I've set that intention with this deck and with my guides. So if you are here because this is in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot and see what Spirit has for you. Be sure and like the video, click that thumbs up for me, and definitely subscribe if you like the messages. I'm trying to, grow my channel, and that really does help, but it also pushes the messages out so that others get them as well, and they can get the guidance that they need. So I really appreciate you guys doing that for me. Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, we have that Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is about fiery, passionate energy, right? Like this is taking some sort of action and moving in a direction very passionately, right? Like towards your goals, towards an ambition of yours, and then trusting those intuitive urges and acting on them without hesitation, right? So really trusting your intuition. In the reverse, this can be like self-doubt in just a general sense, right? Or mostly related to maybe a situation or specific goal. Things didn't kind of progress in the way that you'd hoped. And just recognizing that delays and misunderstandings are part of life, right? It's not a sign to give up. It's just a need to pivot, right? There might be a different course of action or a better course of action, right? Like if rejection is protection, right? Like if spirit is redirecting you, it is for a reason. So again, tune into that intuitive guidance to lead you forward here. The situation is the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is about, perseverance and persistence in situations, really self-reliance and overcoming a lot of obstacles, right? You've come a long way and the end is in sight. So don't give up now, right? Because nines are right before the 10, and the 10 is the end of a cycle. So you've been learning a lot of lessons. You've been going through a lot of obstacles and dealing with struggles and triumphs, right? Like you've had both. It's needing to recognize both of those. But just knowing that you're incredibly resilient and you can handle any challenges that come your way, right? And really acknowledge all of the hard work that you've put in here. So your blockage is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is like a self-imposed prison, right? This is that victim mindset and feeling trapped, feeling restricted, feeling stuck where you are, right? And that's probably because you've been going through a lot of lessons, you've been going through a tough cycle, and you're kind of doubting yourself. You're doubting your intuition. You're really doubting that things are going to work out for you, right? And the Eight of Swords can be, those underlying fears that we have in situations. And I feel like this is really just an opportunity for you to understand that we all go through tough cycles, have faith and be patient with yourself. Process is, it's not like healing is not linear, right? Like you're going to move forward 2 steps and move back 3 steps, right? Like really just needing to recognize that and getting out of this mental prison that you're keeping yourself stuck in here, because it's not helping you move through these cycles any easier, right? So the root cause of this is the moon. And the moon is about, again, those underlying fears. This is, maybe not seeing things for what they are because you're blocked to your intuition here, right? And refusing to kind of like acknowledge the truth, or looking deeper within yourself and your intuition, right? So maybe like some kind of resistance and not seeing things for what they are, not seeing the lesson in the event that you've been going through, right? Whatever this 9 of Wands is for you, this could be several lessons that you've been learning, right? You could have been going through several different things, but the moon is like really recognizing those and then trusting your intuition and overcoming that self-deception, right? Um, Again, trust yourself, trust your intuitive guidance, and really try to gauge where you're at on your spiritual journey, right? What is the point of these lessons that maybe you're not seeing, right? Because in this 8 of Swords, this person is very blocked off. Like they have a blindfold on and they're not seeing things, right? And they're just feeling stuck and trapped instead of recognizing the lesson in what they're going through and then moving forward, right? So, again, I feel like there's some sort of underlying fear. And, it could be justified, especially if you're going through a very tough cycle. I mean, we've all been there, right? So, in the recent past, what is currently affecting this situation, you have the Chariot. And the Chariot is about forward movement, forward momentum, taking some kind of inspired action to move things forward, right? So, the reverse of this is the inability to move forward, like that lack of confidence and a lack of focus and direction, right? Again, we had this, the Knight of Wands, which was lack of self confidence. I feel like you're just not believing in yourself because situations haven't turned out the way you expected them to, right? And again, we just need to pivot. Um, but with the Chariot in the reverse, it's more about making a concrete plan in order to regain that momentum, right? Um, Maintain control of your thoughts, your actions, how you respond to different things, right? Because the Chariot very much is about taking the reins and taking control of your life in order to move things forward. So in the past, being stuck in this mental prison, right? Maybe things felt stagnant. You were doubting yourself to move forward. And now I feel like you're leaving that behind, right? And um, seeing things more logically. Because in the message from your guides and your higher self, we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is about getting clarity, right? Like she's very decisive. She knows what she wants. She cuts out all of the BS with that sword, right? Like she's open to receive, but she also has her sword up, right? So she has good boundaries. She knows what she wants and she goes after them. So she comes from a very logical place instead of emotionally reacting. Again, this Chariot, maintain control of your thoughts, of your actions, of your mentality, right? Because when you get into these mental prisons and you're, so focused on all that's going wrong or so focused on everything that didn't work out, you're not focusing on what could be, right? And focusing on the future. So this is needing to see things from a logical aspect rather than getting caught up in your emotions, and use your intuition to guide you toward whatever it is that you want to go towards in life, right? And remain balanced in doing so. Don't let your fears get the better of you, right? So in the immediate future, we have the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is this is like delays, right? This could be, it's like competition with like work and like I call it like the ego clashes, right? So you could be clashing with others. You could be you could have some competition in the near future, but this is also like that internal conflict, that in the internal circumstances, right? um Trying to overcome these obstacles, like your mental blocks and your mindset, your boundaries, your emotions, right? Like these are all obstacles that you're needing to overcome. It doesn't even have to involve other people, right? It can. It'll be different for each of you, but this is like obstacles, like annoying delays and circumstances beyond our control that are really asking you to slow down and pay attention, right? Keep your impatience in check. Again, like maintain balance and control. I just looked at the Chariot and you have like these two cats, right? And you have the light and the dark. It's that balance, the duality, right? So maintain your balance in order to overcome these obstacles. And really focusing on a successful outcome in order to move on from any obstacles that you are facing at this time, right? So in your feelings, we have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is about Joy, happiness. This is like a community togetherness, right? Celebrating together. So there could be like this wanting to connect with others, wanting to connect with like your community, whatever you consider your community. This could be family, friends, coworkers. It'll be different for each of you, but I feel like you're really feeling like you want to lean on others and connect with a community that supports and uplifts your spirits, right? Celebrating with friends and family is really important. It's kind of what helps you uplift you, right? And inspire you and get you through tough times. So maybe, finding a community or relying on your community, right? So the reverse of this can be that you're overindulging, right? Socializing too much, feeling drained of energy, not feeling emotionally fulfilled, right? And that could be because you've been going through a lot of tough lessons. Maybe you need to, you'll know your situation. Are you hanging out with others too much? Are you, overindulging in food, in, talking about things rather than really looking at what is deep down here under the surface, right? And really healing what it is that you've been going through. A lot of times we will distract ourselves with, negative habits or, fall back into patterns that don't serve us anymore. So, in your environment, the influence here is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is like that playful, youthful energy, right? This is like emotional. The cups are about your emotions. So, this is like emotional intelligence, emotional experiences, and being open to intuitive messages. Again, with the moon here, if you've been blocking your intuition, then this is like really opening up to new opportunities, new messages from spirit, and really being playful and maybe even connecting with your inner child, right? Finding some way of expressing yourself, um, in a playful way, or, painting, doing crafts, or, maybe, collecting rocks, something like, something that connects with that inner child happiness and getting that creative flow moving again, right? And being very open to new experiences here. And that can be with like a community, like maybe meeting new people or, new experiences, whatever is going to help you emotionally heal and move forward. So, in your hopes and fears, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is about hard work. And this is about like really focusing on your skills, really focusing on productivity and engaging in your skills, right? Like developing skills. So, you could be hoping to maybe really find something to focus on, or really hoping to, develop skills in an area. Maybe this is maybe you've been going through a lot of lessons in work, right? And this is you like really wanting to learn a new skill set, or really wanting to dedicate yourself to a new level of success, right? I just feel like this is you like wanting to put in the work. But you could also be fearing that you're burned out, or that you're not feeling worthy, right? Like you're not being seen for who you are, and you feel like your work is undervalued, right? The potential outcome here is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is about taking action, right? He is charging ahead here, like being very assertive. Like he's got his sword up and his horse is like charging right through, right? Like this is really just plowing ahead and again asserting yourself, asserting your truth, maybe communicating to others, communicating how you're feeling, maybe communicating your fears, whatever it is, communicating with your community here in order to overcome obstacles. I feel like this is you like facing something head on and really charging through it, right? Because it can't be avoided. If you're feeling fears and kind of holding back here, or feeling stuck or trapped, then this is you like really blasting through that, right? That mental block, because the swords are air energy, that is our thoughts. So I feel like you are really blasting through this mental prison that you've been keeping yourself stuck in here, right? And That could be because you are focusing more on your intuition and your spiritual practice. That could just be because you're opening to new opportunities, right? Meeting new people, maybe finding a spiritual community, or finding new friends, or relying on the ones that you have, right? Like that's going to really help you overcome obstacles and heal yourself. So you're definitely going to plow through whatever this is and overcome these obstacles, right? Like this Five of Wands is like just annoying delays and circumstances, right? It's not like a full blockage, like a major arcana card, right? Like this is small potatoes for you. I mean, you've already been through this Nine of Wands. You can definitely handle this Five of Wands. And it may seem like inconvenient, and, you're already exhausted with that Nine of Wands. And I feel like this is you really just moving on from obstacles and any drama you may be dealing with, and really just kind of blasting through any mental obstacles that you've been dealing with. So I hope that that message helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.